All right. I have not spoken about this on the main channel. Legends 3. Pokemon Legends 3. We got some information from the Terra League suggesting that the next Legends game in probably 2027 or 2020, probably, or 2028 is going to be a Galar game. Pokemon Legends Galar. And I kind of want to hone in on one thing here, and that is that there is literally a new Pokemon right here, right? This Mega Slowking, or this regional Slowking. And you can see Raboot's here, Indeedee's here. There's a little Corviknight up here. And this is not Galarian Slowking. This is a brand new Slowking. So I haven't talked about this on the main channel. I got 2 videos in the works, and I want to do a live stream soon and talk about. I just got back from Scotland, right before ZA came out, and I saw so many things, and so I'm working on a really big video on the main channel to kind of outline all of these like fleshed out ideas. But I have not I have not really sunk my teeth into like the Terra Leak yet. And I just think this is, I just wanted to talk about this for a quick minute, right? First off, from what we can, first off, there's a Galar game, potentially, right? First off, we might be going back to the Galar region. And I think that's really cool. I think that is cool because where I kind of fall down on this is that I feel like a lot of the remakes that we've received over the last decade, the Legends titles, it feels like it feels like Game Freak is doing a lot of retconning and making sense of lore and things that they established over the last 30 years, and they're making it make sense in our current context, or maybe they're adding to the story. And that's all fine. But I think what makes this game different, if we end up getting a Legends Galar game in 2028, the game's only, like, Sword and Shield is, like, literally, actually, today when I'm recording this, Sword and Shield is 6 years old. And I think what's nuts is that when this game comes out, it won't even be 10 years old. And what that means is that Game Freak, this game is too close in proximity to the release of the source game to be just like ideas off a whim. These are not brand new made up ideas. I mean, there will be new ideas, but there's going to be connective tissue. What this tells me is that Game Freak, and what to expect for the next 10 years, is that there's anything that Game Freak creates, they're thinking about what questions they could answer in 10 years from now, right? Like that's exciting. That means there's more to the lore, the story, the canon, the characters, right? The region of the Galar region, right? There's more to that story. The Darkest Day, right? Calyrex. Even just the Pokemon. There's more that Game Freak would have wanted to give us. There was a James Turner tweet years ago at this point where he basically suggested that there was like 300 Pokemon that like got scrapped, you know? He basically was saying, I don't have the quote here, but I guess what I surmised from it was that like they make so many Pokemon and then scrap it all. And one of my little pet theories was like, you know, when we got, what is it called? When we got Archaludon in Generation 9, and when we got Dipplin and Hydrapple, like having those Pokemon exist and be evolutions of Pokemon from the previous generation, that just like warms my heart. That's something that didn't exist for a decade, maybe 15 years. Like in Gens 1 to 4, everything is like feeding off of itself. Generation 5, new slate. Generation 6, we get the Megas, but they're not evolutions. And Sylveon even is like, you know, a callback from Eevee from Generation 1. Generation 6, Generation 7, we get the regional forms, but they're not evolutions. Generation 8, they're not evolutions. Generation 9, we're getting somewhere, right? Generation 9, it literally is calling back to the previous generation. And I guess what I'm saying is that there's a lot, Game Freak left a lot of ideas on the table, and I think Sword and Shield has aged really well. And I think there's ideas on the table right here. We're looking at this this new Slowking form, there's ideas left on the table that I think we're going to be able to see in the next couple of years, right? I mean, heck, some of these ideas could even show up in Generation 10, like, you know, in a year from now. But so cool. Just the concept alone is exciting. And it's also, I mean, none of this is confirmed, but it's like, you know, it's from the Terra Leak. It's from Game Freak. This is also supposed to be like a game that takes place 1,000 years in the past. Like, that is also unprecedented. You know, Hisui feels like it's ancient, but it's not. It's like 100 years old. Or it takes place 100 years in the past. 1,000 years in the past? Get out. That's crazy. We got this image right here. And this is not real gameplay. This is just test. This is like test footage. It's all concept. Everything here is my friend Golden Owl was telling me that, like, everything here is an existing asset, right? Everything that we're looking at in this image, this giant, it's a depiction of a raid battle with a gigantamax colossal. And these are all existing assets that are put into place to test out functionality. Like, this isn't legitimate game footage, which is a little deflating. But if this becomes a reality, like, I think the vision that I have for Legends games going forward is that it is a way for Game Freak to take these Pokemon gimmicks that have fundamentally, you know, they all function the same. Within the limits of the standard Pokemon turn-based battle system, a Mega, a Gigantamax, a Dynamax, a Z-Move, Terastallization, it all functions the same. It's turn-based, you press a button, you get a power-up. But in a Legends game, as we've seen with Mega Evolutions in Legends EA, Mega Evolutions are nuts. Like, they're timed events. You get the power-up. We're playing in real time. And when I look at this image, I think about, of this Gigantamax Colossal, I think about the Rogue Mega Battles in ZA, right? That's what I think this is depicting. This sounds so fun to battle Gigantamax forms the way that they were probably intended by the authors, by the creators, by the designers. Like, doesn't that sound so fun to run around this space while this giant Pokemon is throwing attacks at you and you're dodging and you're rolling and you're using your Pokemon to whittle it down? That's a real video game. That is a real Pokemon video game. It also will, like, I've never really appreciated Gigantamax forms that much, but seeing Colossal in this setting, I see the vision. I've actually never wanted Gigantamax forms more than after I saw this image in the Terra Leak last month. Like, to me, this makes me want, like, I want to see a lot of Gigantamax forms. I want to like go back to Galar. I want to explore the region to this scale, you know? Like Scarlet and Sword and Shield, right? It's the issue with Sword and Shield is that it is a console. It was the first Pokemon console game, and I don't think it looked as bad as people said it did. But the gameplay was still like no different than a 3DS game. That's the issue. That's the real crime of Sword and Shield. And to revisit the Galar region in a space like this, in a game like this, like, it blows me away. It blows me away. It makes me so excited. And I don't think we're going to be seeing a Legends ZA thing. It won't be like Legends ZA. It's not going to be just in Lumio City. It is going to be, I think, still, maybe, you know, I guess it could be one section of the region. In my theory, in the video that's going to be on my main channel. And subscribe on this channel if you're listening right now and enjoying this. Maybe you're making some pasta while you listen to this right now. Maybe you're folding some clothes. Do me a favor, subscribe right here. This is my second channel. I'm almost at 1,000 subs. I have a, you know, this channel's been around for a while. I have enough watch time. I want to get monetized. But I think my theory is that this game could take place in the Crown Tundra, which is what is representing the country of Scotland. And I think that would be really, really cool to kind of just flesh out that area more, right? There's all that Dynamax energy, all those legendary Pokemon. You can get Nidoking early on. Oh my God, don't even get me started. I wasn't even going to bring this up, but we know that Gigantamax Nidoking was a thing because it leaked. This is like early concept art of Nidoking. This is early concept art of Gigantamax Nidoking. It has a crown. It's got an energy crown. It's got energy spikes. It's got energy. It's got an energy beard. It's got glowing red eyes. And it's so cool that they made it. This is awesome. They also, this concept art, it shows the size of Nidoking, but it also kind of they're doing something right here with the stars, with the constellations, almost as if these Gigantamax Pokemon, they actually literally do get their energy from stars because or from outer space because it's Eternatus. But it's kind of cool to think about these Pokemon as if they were like the size of them. I don't know. It's just we don't think about Gigantamax Pokemon in contrast or in relation to like the stars and constellations, but I like to think about these Pokemon, these Gigantamax Pokemon as gods, right? As like Galar gods, right? You look up at the stars and you can see a massive Pokemon that could come to life, right? Because if it's above you, if the Pokemon is so big it's above you, behind it is the stars. And so this is Gigantamax Nidoking. This is a real design. This is not fan-made. Its horn gets so much bigger. And then we could also see Gigantamax Nidoqueen. I didn't even think about that, but literally, if we're going to be in the Crown Tundra, that is the only place you get. That is the only place you get Nidoking and Nidoqueen. So I just thought that was super cool. And I do have some. I got videos on my main channel coming out very soon, talking all about this Legends game. I'm really excited. But we got this really cool art. This is just a lot. This is clean art by Cuckoo Art. And I love this so much. So they kind of remade or did their rendition of this this regional Slowking. And basically the concept is that like you have a Galarian Slowpoke, and if a Milcery attacks its head, Milcery grows and evolves to become a chef hat. And it's so cool. The cape, I guess you could call it like a cape. You know, Slowpoke stands upright, but the cape, the red and white cape of Slowpoke or of Slowking extends out into this like yellow color to match the rest of its tail. It's just so clean. This is a Pablo Cuckoo. I love this so much. This is so good. I want this Pokemon to be real. This isn't even like scrapped art. It's just, this is art that exists. It's concept art for a Legends Galar game. And you can see there's a woman here mixing a pot, probably making curry. This is like a more extreme version of curry. That's super fun. You know she's got a Hatterene. There's a little bit of, I think there's a Sinistea right here. It's just so cool. There's all townspeople. And again, I talk about it all in my video, but this is a medieval Pokemon game. This is our first medieval Pokemon game. And it's crazy because when I was in Scotland, my notebook's over there. I was taking all these notes. I'm like, I want to go back to the Galar region. We got to go back to Crown Tundra. They got to flesh that out. I want to see like a medieval Pokemon game. And then I come back to the States. We're a week out from ZA and the Terra Leak drops. And we learn that Game Freak's literally planning this. It's so exciting. It's so exciting. Subscribe to this channel because you're probably not subscribed. Trying to get to 1,000 subs. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. I want to start this dialogue again. I want to start talking about this. I'm going to be talking about it more. ZA's been so much fun. And I want to start talking about all these other topics. Dude, the 30th year anniversary is like literally months away. We're going to be eating good. As Pokemon fans, we're going to be eating good. Let me know what you think about this Legends Galar game.